me. Good evening, everybody. I am Debbie Sokolov, and past president of Women's Philanthropy of the Jewish Federation, and I was asked to speak tonight on why I solicit in addition to give. And as I thought about that, I realized, well, there are definitely two different things for me, and two different reasons. So I contemplated over my history of giving and tried to recall when was the first time that I gave. And I believe it was when I was in Flint, Michigan, and I had moved there to work for General Motors and did not know anybody. And the first thing I did was call the Jewish Federation. And mainly for social reasons. I wanted to meet people. So I got involved and did some volunteer work, so I'm sure that I must have given something to their annual campaign. I'm thinking maybe like $18 because, then I felt like, well, I don't need to give more. And as I moved here, I recall that I eventually increased my gift. I believe it was $118 was the amount to attend the main event, which was the main women's event here at the Jewish Federation. So again, for social reasons. So I gave my $118. I didn't need to give any more. I don't need to give any more. So time moved on, and I eventually got involved with the Federation and started doing some volunteer work. Among one of the things was participating on the Budget and Allocations Committee. And that's when I really started to see the need, where our dollars were going, and the people that we were helping. And then I took a trip to Odessa on the campaign chair mission. And I met this woman who could have been my grandmother and lived on an apartment on the second story. There were steps. She lived in one room. So in that one room she had what she called a bed, a stove, a refrigerator. She had really no money, no family, and she had medical problems so that she could not even get down the steps from her apartment. And she spoke no English, but we sat there for quite a while with a translator. And this woman was proud, and she was happy. She didn't need much. But as I was leaving, and she took both of my hands into her hands, and she said to me, "Please go home and thank every person who contributes. Every dollar. It enables me to live my life out in dignity." And that was a life-changing moment for me, not only because I realized, wow, my dollars are making a difference. And look at how this woman, who is in this one room apartment, appreciates what we do for her so much. And that is, we were providing her food delivery 3 times a week. She was getting a phone call on a daily basis to make sure she was all right. And then she had people even carrying her down the steps so that she could attend. She bought dinner once in a while. And that was all that she needed. So I come back to the comforts of my home, and I start thinking, well, what do I need? I have a roof over my head. I have love. I have my health. Do I really need to go to Starbucks every day and get that $4 coffee? do I really need to buy one more white blouse, even though I have 5 in my closet already? It really changed my perspective and my thinking. Whereas I used to only think of my giving at one time of the year, when somebody would solicit me, and I'd write my check and hand it over, and I didn't think about it until the next year. I now was thinking consciously every day of my giving. And I can tell you that it has changed my life for the better. I began giving in a meaningful way, what was meaningful to me. And it's okay, people give for all different reasons, and like I said, I evolved, so it's wonderful. People who write those checks, that's great, because we need those dollars. But what I started realizing is that I can do more. And especially when I broke it down, of how much it sounds big, especially when I got to the lion level, $5,000. I could never do $5,000. Are you kidding? There's no way. Well, you know what? There is a way. Let's break it down. How much is that per week? Per day? You can make it happen. You can make it happen, because now when I thinking, oh, you know what, I'll stop by Starbucks, I'm thinking, you know what, I could just as easily make that cup of coffee at home. And that can go towards my Federation pledge. And that's how I do it. And it means a lot to me. As far as how the level I got to, I have to do a shout out to the Lions, because those ladies, and I'll touch on this about moving into why I solicit, taught me that I was able to do that and how to do that, and showed me they were an inspiration just hearing of why they give. One of my favorite movies was Rent, and you all know the song Seasons of Love from that, and oftentimes before I'm going to be soliciting, I listen to that to inspire me, because I truly feel that way. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man? And I think about the people in our own community, the Charlie Ruttenbergs and the Rita Kent, and we don't talk about, wow, all the beautiful possessions they had and the beautiful homes that they have. We talk about the difference that they made in our community. And that's how I want to be remembered. That's how I want to live my life. That's what's important to me. And why do I do that? Why do I choose to do it through the Federation? Well, it's the easiest way, because I truly believe that we're a community, and I want to support our community on a whole, and I believe in every Jewish agency in this community. I don't want to be writing a separate check to each one of them. It's nice. I trust the Federation. I'm assured that they handle the dollars properly. I know that they